Another day, another sell-off. Today was a absolutely insane day in the market. We had a crazy amount of sell-off, and I don't think it's over. I think tomorrow we're going to see another huge chunk of sell-off happening in the stock market. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk a little bit about what's happening today in the market. We're just going to focus mainly on SPY for the beginning because this is running down. We're at 670 here, and it's still going down. And it's because of Amazon mainly. Amazon is down under 200. We had a huge problem with Amazon. Basically, they were expecting about $146 billion worth of spending, but there's another 54 billion added on with spending, and that means that Amazon is spending $200 billion in 2026, which is freaking out investors, spooking them. Ironically, the business is healthy, so this could bounce up. And the big thing I'm going to tell you is, look, this is a correction. If we break 669, we could run all the way back down, which could be very, very crazy for a lot of people. Bitcoin is crashing. I don't even know what the price of Bitcoin is right now. Let me check my phone, see how bad Bitcoin is. It's at 60K, about to break 60K. Absolutely insane. We're having a huge sell-off right now, and it's one of those things that's scaring a lot of investors. But I'm gonna tell you something, okay? You gotta really roll with the punches. You gotta just hedge. You gotta be careful. And I think overall, this can be a very profitable thing if we do the right things. Let's talk about a few tickers here and what they're doing. AMD at 187. I do believe this can go back up if it starts getting a little bit of movement. Same thing with Nvidia. Testing 170 here. It's dropping a little bit under there. The only one that's really moving well, I honestly, is Google. Google's back up a little bit. It was running back up 322 after hours, running down. Microsoft is running down like crazy, but only one that's good is Apple. Apple is still at 274. I think this will run up next week for all-time highs, but a lot of our positions have taken a massive hit. A lot of my plays did not work out how they were supposed to work out. Gold is running down. Silver is running down. Everything is starting to break down slowly, and the market has just experienced a massive sell-off. So what do you do in this situation? Well, there's two things. You can sit and wait and just watch things happen, or you can participate in more shorts and more varied plays like that, which I think we will start to do. I'm kind of kicking myself here because I didn't grab the shorts, but at the end of the day, we can still jump in here. We can still make a lot of money. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the market is selling off. We're experiencing a correction, and there's really not too much more to say here. Um, some safe positions to run into. Walmart not looking bad. Johnson and Johnson not looking bad. It is peaking up after hours if you want to do calls on this. Pushing up to 240 here. Overall, a lot of stocks are getting crushed. The defensive stocks are doing better. Meta absolutely down. Ran up, came down, now lower than it was before. We're having this sell off because people are scared of AI. People are worried. There's a lot of spending going on with AI. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't really know what's going to happen here. So a lot of companies are fearing what will happen with AI over a period of time because we don't necessarily know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Unemployment is up, by the way. Unemployment is on the rise. So we had February 5th reporting unemployment and it doesn't look good, so we're seeing a lot of falling. Okay. Volume was up. There's a lot of volume in the stocks. RSI is currently sitting in the low 40s, approaching 30. So we're not technically oversold yet on most of the major analysis, which is 30, but there's still room for further growth till 669 on SPY before a mathematical bounce is really like guaranteed, if you know what I mean. The gap down for tomorrow, I'm expecting a bigger gap down. Um, I don't know if it's going to try to rally back. It may rally back up to 686, and then technical traders are going to go to short there. Okay, so that's a 50-day moving average. It might act as a wall and we'll see what happens. But this has been unpredictable. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We're going to battle for 669, which is kind of like the line in the sand. That is the big consolidation support level. So we're going to look for that. Overall, this is not something that you should panic at. I don't think the market is completely crashing. I know a lot of people are losing money. Ultimately, people are scared. People are worried. People are buying dips. We had a massive buy up today for MU and Google today. So in the morning, we may have a massive surge up. That's what I'm expecting, but I think it'll come crashing down right away. So I'm watching this overnight. I'm looking at what's going on. I see a lot of stocks getting crushed. I see a lot of companies going down, not a lot of movement up. Overall, though, this is something that is going to happen. I don't really have too much to say. I'm not here to speculate too much. But Amazon's business is healthy. A lot of these companies are healthy. People are just freaking out over the AI stuff, They're very, very shocked about it. They don't know what's going to happen. The tech sell-off, um, they're punishing the major tech firms despite having good earnings and strong earnings. There is a prevailing fear that AI evaluations have become overstretched, and the massive spending for data centers and to build the infrastructure and the capex is going to eat into the margins that are going to generate profit. That's the big fear. So they're going to rotate into different sectors like energy, materials, healthcare. We're going to see stocks like UNH start to pick back up, and certain companies like that. Key market movers I want to talk about. Qualcomm just dropped. Okay, QCOM got massively wrecked. We're going to pull up the stock here. Just shot down, getting wrecked. Alphabet, Google dropped a lot. Was recovering well. Google's technically very strong, but investors are spooked because the company's planning to spend 175 to 185 billion dollars in 2026 on AI infrastructure. Crypto is under 60K. Bitcoin is at 60K right now as we speak. So Coinbase, MicroStrategy going down. A lot of stuff. Jobless claims, big thing. They claim jobless claims went to 231,000, the highest in 2 months ever. The bad news, and with AI spending going up, is like, dude, AI is causing the jobless claims. So we're watching Amazon, we're watching a lot of these stocks, we're looking at this stuff, and ultimately, it's gonna be nuts. MSTR at 100. Oh my God, this is insane. Should have hit shorts on it. Overall, crazy day in the market. I'm gonna hit some shorts. Looks like everything is dropping. GEV Verona dropping. I do expect these dips to be bought back up. Things like this, guys, you just got to stay cool. You got to keep your head on straight. You got to stay light. A lot of our calls are busted, but money's to be made. There's money to be made. And look, I like Apple. I like how Apple is running up here. I think Apple has a lot of potential to grow because it's kind of moving against stuff. Once this market starts to lift, once this punishment decides to resolve, this is temporary punishment. I think this will all run back up aggressively, and we'll be in a better zone. So at the end of the day, don't freak out. Don't get scared. Don't get spooked. I know that a lot of investors are spooked. If I were you, I would look for the sell off at to 669. There may be a bounce level. Hood, oh my God, Hood is getting wrecked. Pretty, really wrecked. $68. Totally wrecked. Microsoft wrecked. Unfortunate, unfortunate. But we will see what will happen. Investors, hold your money close, sit on your hands for perfect setups because this is going to be a rocky ride, but we're going to make money out of it. At the end of the day, the outcome is income. So I hope you guys are doing well. Not the best trading day for me. I'm not going to lie. Not the best trading day for me at all. But, I'm not worried about it too much. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to make my money back, and that just is what it is. So hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Appreciate you guys for looking at this channel, watching my videos, being part of the group. If you're part of the VIP, listen, everybody's looking for the easy win right now. We are going to find good plays, good setups, good setups. But we're not going to freak out here. We're not going to cry. This happens. This is the stock market. We're going to make the best of it, and we're going to grow. So hope this makes sense. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Till next time. Peace out.